Deck the halls with cocks and balls. Tra la 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 la. Jesus Christ was born on this day. Tra la 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 la. How the fuck do we know that? Tra la 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 la. It was fucking 2,000 years ago, fucking shit. Why has God abandoned us? Tra la 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 la. I'm dry. My mouth is like a dry pussy right now. Hello everybody, welcome to this little Christmas special with 3 Idiot Productions, and it's lame CEO me, Christopher Ori. This is unscripted, so I don't know what the fuck to say. I'm just making this, as we're recording this, it is the 25th of December, and the video you're about to watch is my gift to you. We've been working on this for a long fucking time. It is Death Stranding review. So I played Death Stranding just when it came out in early November, and I played it, and it was like, I want to make a video about this game. I want to talk about it, I want to go deep into it, and have fun. The thing is, I rarely do gaming reviews with the character Mr. Gamer, and like you can see in the videos, doing that character is a bit of a challenge, because you know he has a British accent, and for me to, I can do a British accent, but for me to maintain it for a long time, it can get a little hard. So you've probably noticed, if you have seen some of the gaming reviews, my accent kind of comes and goes. I'm sorry about that. Like, you will see it in this video. I noticed it a lot during the recording. Like at the beginning, I had a really heavy British accent, and then it just kind of slowly went away and came back, went away and came back, and it was just all over the place. You'll just have to excuse that. I'm sorry. But yeah, we've been working on this particular video for a very fucking long time now. Like, I played the game, when I was done, I was like, okay, I want to make a review of this game. So I started writing like a script, I started writing notes and stuff, and kind of like a skittery around it. And it took a while to get kind of the vision I wanted, and then it was time for recording. I officially was like done with script and planning in end of November, and we started filming in beginning of December, and filming took a long time. We filmed and we planned and yada yada yada, and finally we were basically done. All we had to do was basically the ending. I worked so hard during the editing, and it was so hard. I had such a burning passion at the beginning. You know, when you start, you're like, yes, I want to do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna fucking do this. So all my like creative energy and all the passion was just burning, and then when we were so close, we were almost done, I just got fucking, I got a cold. I caught a cold. My mother has also been really sick, so maybe I caught it from her or something, I don't know. But I got a cold, and the thing is, I don't really get bad when I get a cold, and my throat gets sore, and I kind of like, I get a little weaker, I guess. But the thing is, I just kind of just broke at that point. All my creative energy I just burned out. I was like, I have to record, but I had no energy. I was sleeping in. I was just falling asleep wherever I laid down. I was just like, oh, fuck me, I'm so fucking weak right now. By the time it was done, like, I'm still kind of recovering. I still, like, I'm not sick, but I'm, you know, the aftermath. I'm still dealing with that shit. But, you know, that is kind of annoying part. But this finally is it. I filmed the final stuff today, earlier this day, and now I'm just filming this little end here. I wanted to do this little thing. I just got an idea to do this right now because, you know, it is Christmas today, and it took such a long time, so I just wanted to acknowledge and tell you guys about a better plan. Now, hey, do you like my mic? I got this for Christmas for my mother. It was great. I've been planning to get a mic for a long time, but I just never really got around to do it because, you know, I also had to buy other stuff like costumes and props, and I didn't know what to get. Well, like what kind of, I know nothing about mics, so what mic to get. And I decided just to ask my uncle about it. He knows about this stuff, he knows how to search for this kind of stuff, and he helped me find this one. It's one connected to my laptop with a UPS, and it's really good. And considering it was the Christmas holidays was coming, I just asked my mother, hey, can you get me this for Christmas? And she was like, yeah, sweetie, I'll get you this for Christmas. I was like, oh, thank you, Mom. This is the first video that I'll be using this mic. You will see it in the video with a particular character that I'll be doing in the video. He'll be holding the mic, and it was the first time I was really playing with it. And the song, if you watched my channel, you've seen the teaser for this review, the Postman Sam one. I also recorded that song with this mic. Way better quality, a lot better. I know this video is very long because I just had so many ideas and so many things I just wanted to do. I was bucking with the thing and probably gonna corrupt the sound, so I should probably just do this again. Okay, I'll just do it again. Like I was saying, it took a long time to make this, and it was, yeah, I wasn't expecting this video to be this long, but it just kept getting longer, and I think it's the longest video I've made. I think so. I mean, it would have been my last year's movies of the year. That one should have been my longest, but I had to cut like 20 minutes of it because so much kept getting copyrighted. So to like boil down the copyrights, I just had to cut so much stuff out of it. So sadly, I couldn't review, well, I did review, but I couldn't have them in the video because they would just cost copyrights. So if you watch my last year's movies of the year and TV shows of the year and stuff, there should have been 20 extra minutes in it, but I had to cut so much. So I think this one will be the new longest video I've ever made, and it is without a doubt the biggest one. Like, I put so much work into this, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. Of course, it's amateurish. You know, we're just three idiots, like the company says, 3 idiot production. We're just 3 idiots making fun videos. We like making this stuff, and we really hope that you enjoy watching these videos. And it will mean so much to me if you all watch the entire thing through. It has story. It does tie into the story of Hey, I'm Mister. It's not an episode 3 or anything, because when it's titled like episode 1, 2, 3, it's usually just story. And sometimes I do these kind of videos where I just like I have honest ranting about something, gamer reviewing something, or film guy reviewing something, and story comes in. But this will tie into the story, and I hope you guys watch till the end. Anyways, Merry Christmas, everybody. Please watch all the way to the end. I know it's long. Maybe you don't have the time, but hey, it's Christmas. You're on break, right? So please enjoy, and like and subscribe, and leave some nice comment or a hate comment. I don't care. I like everything. I like to read silly stuff. And yeah, please enjoy the video. This is not mine. It's Mr. Gamer's review. Well, it's kind of mine at the same time, you know. I kind of my opinion just get my personal opinions do kind of get into the character sometimes, especially like with this one. So please enjoy mine and the character Mr. Gamer's review on Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding.
Once there was a game designer, a man which gave birth to a new genre. Once there was a game designer, a man which became a god on the planet he was born. Once there was a game designer, a god which had fallen from grace and had to start from scraps. And then came the next game.
Rain, heavy blows, dirty eyes, sweaty clothes, the routine that I've learned to understand and know. Play my tricks, fresh your mind, wrist your head. mistake. Don't be so serious. 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 Don't be so serious.
Come on, Sam.
Perfect condition. Thank you, Princess.
Well, thank you. That's what we do here at British. We try to deliver your cargo 100% intact. So, what do you say that I take my Cupid and connect you to the Cairo network and join the UCA?
Fuck no. Absolutely not happening.
Why? I delivered your stuff 100%. And I literally walked for hours. My back is killing me. Why?
Because I don't associate with terrorists. But keep delivering to us. We appreciate it.
Okay. Fucking cocksucker.
Sick of losing my patience ahead of time. Back in rhythm, barely conscious, oversensitized, feeling weaker as a storm all around. Get out of my
Get your free monster, dude. Oh, shit. That was fucking easy. I thought they were supposed to be scary.
Alright, let's do this one more time. In 2015, Hideo Kojima and Konami released Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, and it was to be the greatest video game of all time. The hype was huge. Then the game came out and it was good. It was kind of unfinished. It was missing levels, they just reused levels. Like, I hated Chapter 2, like the story was so cool in Chapter 2, but all the missions were just like, oh, do this mission again, but on hard difficulty. That's so fucking icy. Apparently the game cost a lot of money, and Konami didn't want to waste any more money on Kojima. So they just said, oh, you're not getting any more money. So he kind of had to just deal with it and release an unfinished game. Anyways, a few months later, when they were doing the award ceremony at the Game Awards, and the game was surely gonna win a lot of awards, Kojima was not allowed to get anything. He was not allowed to be there, he was not allowed to receive any kind of recognition or any reward for the game. Of course, this pissed people off, and soon after, Konami just fired him, just let him go. They let go their number one guy, the only guy that was keeping the company afloat. Great business move, Konami, great. Anyways, Konami just decided to continue the legacy of the Metal Gear games without Kojima. So what did they do? Well, they kind of just took Metal Gear Solid to like the most disgusting, filthiest, abandoned back alley in like the ghettos, and they just kind of gang raped Metal Gear. I'm gonna show you a very rare footage of Konami gang raping Metal Gear. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's hard to watch. And once they were done, there was nothing left but Metal Gear Survive, which was complete anal evacuation. Meanwhile, while this gang rape was going on, Kojima was not done yet. Apparently his family wanted him to just kind of retire, like he's a 50-year-old man, time to maybe retire and just enjoy life. But he was not having that shite. He did not want to sit down, he wanted to continue on the fight. That's right guys, Kojima had a dream. That one day, his 4 children could live in a nation where they're not judged by the color of their skin, but the content of their character. Actually no, he just wanted to make an independent game company. He wanted to be the first person to do a small indie developer company and develop a huge AAA game. It was definitely a really big, ambitious project, but could he do it? Apparently at first it was really hard. He was not getting any money or anything, because he was famous for his name, but everything he made was under the company Konami, so he had no street cred, he had nothing. So no one wanted to give him money. He was lucky because he had a fan in the bank who loaned him money, and some guy was like loaning an apartment or like a housing complex. It was also a fan and decided to let Kojima use the place as his studio. So Kojima Productions was born. A few months later, they announced their next project. The level of hype that Stranding had, I have never seen a game with such insane amount of hype. This game was so mysterious. Nobody knew what this game was going to be about. People heard it was going to be sci-fi horror, but what kind? Is it going to be a linear story-driven game? Is it going to be an open world story game? Is it going to be an RPG? Is it going to have a huge open world where you can do a bunch of side quests and story missions and all kinds of that, kind of like Metal Gear 5 did? Needless to say, people were excited, and every single time a teaser or just something, if Kojima posted something like a poster or just anything, people would go nuts. They would just dedicate the entire video analyzing just everything about it. I remember this fucking picture of like a USA spiderweb with the British logo, and people, I saw like 4 different videos of people over analyzing everything, like there's secret codes and everything. Like, people, are you fucking insane? Like, Jesus Christ! People kind of have this idea of Hideo Kojima, that he's some kind of a god or something, and everything he does has like a really deep layered meaning. Literally just everything he says, does, or posts, it has to have some deep meaning. It has to have something. Like, the guy is just a human, you know, he's just a man who probably just likes to tease his new stuff. So we shouldn't overanalyze things. It's literally just a picture of a USA and a spider web over it. And turns out it was just the British logo. He was just teasing the British logo. There was no secret codes in it. Another case of like overanalyzation. I remember one of the trailers where you see Matt Mikkelsen talking to the BB, and he says into the camera. So it has to be that he's speaking to you, the audience. It has to be a big little hint or something. He says, you'll be able to explore the whole world. You'll be able to go anywhere, even the moon.
The whole wide world will be yours to explore. You'll be able to go wherever you want, even the moon.
And people are like, oh my god, is Kojima saying we're going to the moon? No. It's literally just a line in the game. He's just speaking to his BB and he just says it to you. You'll be able to explore the whole world. He was showing him like a picture of the moon. People are insane sometimes. Anyways, the point is, this game was hyped so much to a point where people were just expecting it to be the greatest video game of all time. Not one of the greatest, the greatest. The ground achievement, the fucking Prometheus of video game. People were so sure this was it. The masterpiece that we've all been waiting for. But even if this game had been the masterpiece we were waiting for, even if it had lived up to every single expectation, people still would have said, I expected more from Kojima. I expected more. With that said, let's finally get into the review.
Postman Sam, Postman Sam, Postman Sam and his Brits baby. They call him Sam Bridges, the man who delivers. He picks up all the cargo on his back. Postman Sam, Postman Sam, Postman Sam and his Brits baby. All the beaties are roaming and the mules are everywhere. Sam Bridges really hates his job. Everybody knows Sam and his baby. All his friends will smile as he delivers to them. Maybe you can never be sure, there'll be a knock. Scan cargo through your door. Postman Sam, Postman Sam, Postman Sam and his Brits baby. All the beaties are roaming and the mules are everywhere. Sam Bridges really hates his job. Sam Bridges really hates his job. Sam Bridges really hates his job.
I'm just gonna start with the absolute most abysmal, most negative part about the game. The game itself. I have no fucking idea what was going through Hideo Kojima's head when he came up with this gameplay. This gameplay is fucking horrendous. It's laughable. What the fuck was he thinking? Like, I'm pretty sure he had like some deeper meaning behind it. My guess is the whole thing about the game is like reconnecting. I think he's making some stupid, cringy, like, point about modern, how we're all divided and we're building walls and we're divided and yada yada yada. And the game is all like reconnecting the humans and stuff. Like, there's even like a side quest, a quest where you have to do this mission for like a guy and his girlfriend like died in an explosion or something, but turns out she's alive and she's played by some popular Japanese actors or something. And Kojima used her both the English version and the Japanese version. So in the English version, she speaks the most broken English possible. It was so hard to understand what the hell she was saying.
Take me with you. Please. I have to see him again.
Huh? What?
I made this for him, you know. When the terrorists attacked, my mother and I barely escaped with our lives. I tried to find him afterwards. I did. I just didn't know where to look. But that's not why I stopped. My mother never liked him.
Lady, I'm just a delivery man.
She made that
So
pretty clear.
I don't give a shit.
But I didn't think she'd go as far as to lie. So when she said that he died, I believed her. Until I heard that message. It's him. It's really him.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, here come the tears.
I should never have given up. Deep down, I knew he was out there somewhere. But I couldn't leave my mother all alone. So I tried to make my peace with it. Only I couldn't. Not even if I do wanted to. I was stuck in the past, unable to move on.
Are you done? Okay, can we get down to business?
Take me to him. I'm begging you.
No, god damn it, woman. I'm just a
ready
delivery
to go.
man. I'm not your cupid of
Right
love.
now, if you want. Just say you take me.
No.
Anyways, like, the guy's white and she's Asian and her mother doesn't want them to be together, so I'm guessing he's making some point like, oh, people shouldn't be divided about race, everybody should just be with everybody, thingy, thingy, thingy. It's like, whatever. But I think that's what kind of he's trying to do with the gameplay. He's trying to do like rebuild America, rebuild the world, reconnect the people, and doing that is hard. It's gonna be hard work. It's gonna be a chore. It's gonna be repetitive. It's gonna be boring. So I think that's what the whole point of the gameplay is. That he's trying to simulate rebuilding an entire country. And yeah, I kind of get what he's going maybe, but it doesn't make it good.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
Okay, whoa. You there. Me and the other guys in this house, we've been through this crap enough. Weird characters popping up and just introducing themselves like you are. Who are you?
あ、ココナッツさん。僕のつて、これが、そう。
You are Hideo Kojima. You're white.
今日처음 보고났다 Death Stranding 사무 보고났상 고각성 태요.
You're not the Hideo Kojima. You're discount Hideo Kojima.
하이.
Alright, fine. I guess we didn't have the budget to get the real Hideo Kojima. Guess we'll just use you. The gameplay is still fucking boring. It's still horrendous. It's still clunky. It's still repetitive. It doesn't matter if there's some deeper meaning behind it. If it's boring and repetitive, it's hard to play. This game was difficult to get through because it's so boring. The thing is, this game is easy. It is so painfully easy. It's impossible to die in this game. It's like they tease it so much, the whole BTs, and you need to sneak around them and stuff, and they eat you. It creates a crater. I didn't get eaten once. I didn't even get close to being eaten. I don't even think the fucking BTs ever like scratched me or anything. It's so easy.
今日처음 보고났다 Death Stranding 사무 보고났상 고각성 태요.
But even though it's so easy, it's so hard at the same time because the game is just so boring. Walking, that's all you do. You just take cargo, you put it on your back, you have to balance it. You have to put some of your shoulders, some of your legs, and you have to balance it. Some people are just idiots and put everything on their back, so they're just like walking like this and bouncing and falling over and losing everything. It's a mess, and it makes it such a chore. Holy fuck. Other aspects of the gameplay is of course the BTs and the mules, which are the worst. Not because they're hard, because they're fucking easy! The mules are so fucking stupid and pointless. It's just a camp. You can literally just avoid it. Just go around. Whoa! And even if you go through, it's like, you can go in there and get lost cargo, but why? Why would I do that? Why? I already have fucking shit ton on my back. Why the fuck would I go in there to get more? Just to be like, this. Fuck it.
그것은 보고삼아 도순데 이다 walking 보고는스가 코로와.
And the mules are like the most easiest thing to avoid. Like if they see you, just run. That's it. And even if you have like one of those robot skeletons on you, you just go like flash. They can't catch up to you, so it's like, what's the point of these enemies? And the BTs, holy fuck, they were so cool in every single cutscene and trailer and everything. This mysterious ghost-like being that just lurks around in the rain. Oh, we'll get to the rain. That's cool. Like let's just get to the rain. The rain, it's like time fall. It's not real rain. It's like a rain that like makes you age. And these ghost thingies that like when people die in the world, they become a BT, kind of like a ghost. It's kind of like our world is collided with the dead world, so it's like all mixed up. And these ghosts, the BTs, are in the rain. They bring you like this timeful rain with them, and you have to sneak around them and stuff, and you hold your breath so they don't catch you. But it is so easy, and it just gets easier once you get like the cord cutters. I literally just like my thing goes like, so I just hold my breath, walk up to it till like a square comes, and then I just cut the cord, and it's like, and it's just like, wow, okay, that's easy. And sneaking around them is easy, and but if they catch you, it's easy. Just run away or throw 3 grenades at it. It's so easy. That's the most worst thing about this game. It's that boring, repetitive chore of a gameplay where all you do is deliver crates, cargo from point A to point B. It feels like side quest. It feels like the most lazily made side quest in a RPG game. It's so boring. It's so repetitive. And it's the entire game. The main quest, the main like story cargo is 50 in total. And the game really wants you to do side deliveries. Like, what is he thinking with this mechanic? It's so shit. And the enemies are so boring, so pointless. Every time rain came, I was like, oh boy, here comes the BTs. And when the thing went all like slow and the thing came up like for the millionth time, like every time you go into BT territory, that fucking thing in your back goes like every fucking time. Unskippable, by the way. It's so boring to see it over and over again.
俺は頃は何かしか僕のさを3をで deliver が個ベイト British.
Every time I went into the territory, it was just like, ah, shit. Here we go again. So yeah, the gameplay is the worst about the game. Now let's get to the story. In the intro of the game, you see all these beautiful, beautiful nature shots of Iceland, my home country, by the way. And the credit, it's really funny because, let's go a little back to the Kojima and Konami era. In those days, Kojima had a lot of he wrote and directed the games, but there was other people also involved. And with this game, that Stranding, it's not like that anymore. It feels more like this game is this giant passion project made by just one person. Like literally, the intro, it reminds me of that, remember the Mr. Bean Holiday movie? Where they go in the ending of the movie, they're watching this movie by Willem Dafoe. He's called Carson Clay in the movie. And it's just the most pretentious, shittiest, art movie you can possibly imagine. And the credit is just a Carson Clay production of a Carson Clay movie starring Carson Clay. It's just his name everywhere. He's the writer, he's the director, he's the producer, the production company is his, and it's his movie, he stars in it. It's such a hilarious bullshit, and it's just the most pretentious crap you can imagine. It's just, the movie's called Time something, Time Jump, Time Skip, Time Leap. I don't remember, but it's just him going up an escalator, monologuing we were in love, and it's so hard to lose it. It's just the most pretentious, artsy thing ever, and everybody's in the theater is just sleeping, so bored out of their mind, but he's sitting there I'm so great. I'm such an artist. Everybody else around him is just That's what that Stranding kind of feels like. It feels like one voice. He wrote, he directed, he fucking produced it, he edited it. He was in the editing room. He was a part of the composing. He is everywhere. Everywhere.
He's everywhere. Everywhere. You pretend. Everywhere!
Literally, every fucking credit you can see Hideo Kojima. He is so involved with this game to a point where there's just no other voice. There was no voice of reason. It's just this mad lunatic with all, like, he is a genius. He is brilliant. But even the most brilliant writers and directors can make stupid decisions. And when there's no other voice to like calm you down and say, no, maybe this is not a good idea, and you're just surrounded by yes men going, yes, Kojima, you are the best. Yes, Kojima, you know all. And when there is no other voice there, just yes men and your brain, you're bound to make stupid decisions, because filmmaking and game making, all that, when you're making a story, it's about the teamwork. You need a writer, you need a director. Sometimes the writer is the director, but he needs producers and people around him to help. I'm not talking about the cases where the producers just are fucking controlling everything. That's also when I hate it. When the writer and the director have no voice at all, and it's just some producer with a checklist going, this has to happen, make it happen. That is also the worst. It's about teamwork. And when you just have a pretentious artsy guy making his own shit, no one there is to stop him, the movie or the game or whatever, or the book is probably gonna come out as pretty pretentious garbage like Carson Clay movies.
Cosa ispodi I America korkozon naso. Soto. Koro the Monster Energy drink. Da very delicious. Korkozon kapakame kasa o Hiroshima kamo kashi kurakasa.
That's kind of the point of the story. I'm saying the story is kind of pretentious. He is so putting so many themes and like stuff in this that he clearly thinks are deep, but everybody else is just going, that is so basic. Like everybody, like so many characters have this thing called dooms. They like sense the BTs. They get like tears. Oh, it's so deep. Tears. Oh, so artsy. The main character has like a touch phobia. Like he doesn't want to be touched, and when people touch him, he gets like a handprint, like just permanent hand like bruises on his body, and it's so deep. Get it? Because the game is about reconnecting with people, and the main character doesn't want to be connected with people because of his tragedy. He lost his wife and child in a tragedy, and he doesn't want to be around people. So deep! All the characters have weird quirks about them, like their names kind of revolves around their personality or their story. So deep! He renamed Limbo into The Beach to make it his own thing. He could have just called it Limbo. It's the place you go before death. It's like the place between the dead and the living. It's called Limbo in every other fiction. But he goes like, no. The Beach. That's what it's called now, The Beach.
Choto Hiroshima kamo kashi Nagasaki. Choto onigiri morgashaka.
Even though the story is really pretentious, it still is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It's a pretty damn interesting story, and a really original at that. It's really original story. We haven't gotten really a lot of original stories lately, so getting this was definitely fresh air to get. But yeah, still pretentious. The story of Death Stranding is that oh boy, it's so fucking convoluted and nonsensical at times. There's this thing called Extinction Entity, and basically there have been 5 Death Strandings before this Death Stranding. This is the 6th one, and those figures in the, remember in the trailers, those figures in the sky that were so important in the trailers, they literally make appearance like 2 times in the entire game, but those are the previous Extinction Entities. And during this extinction, it basically means that what is like living on the planet is going to get extinct and get replaced by another being. So it's basically time for the human race to go away. There was there was an explosion or something, like a second Big Bang or something. I don't know, just some kind of an explosion that really changed everything about the landscape. It went from America into the mountains of Iceland. The funny thing is, when I was playing the game, everybody playing the game is like, whoa, I've never seen this before. This nature, it's so unique and different. This is so original. But me playing the game, I was just like, oh, this looks like the countryside of my own country. Literally everything just looked like Iceland. It literally is Iceland. He came here to Iceland to take pictures and stuff, and yeah, even in the end credit it says like the map is inspired by the landscape of Iceland. He called it the Republic of Iceland. I'd never ever heard of that we were called the Republic of Iceland. It's Iceland. But yeah, big explosion changed the world and everything is different and people are forced to live in like bunkers and stuff. And it's up to you, porter, you're a delivery boy, Sam Bridges, Postman Sam. You have to deliver cargo to people. And you are given the task, you meet with your mother, the president, the last president of the United States. And she dies and then everybody's like, the next president is her daughter, Samantha, your sister. But she's like on the other side of the country and you have to get her. And so you have to... The weird thing is, she already went around the country and made all these like stations. Why didn't she just start them up then? Because they're like, Sam, she put all these stations but they didn't turn them on. So now you have to go and turn them all on. It's like, why didn't they just turn it on when they were... Who fucking knows? And even the weird thing, in the beginning of the game, you speak to the character Mama and Hartman, and they also appear in when the president died. They're like hologram. It's like how can they connect? They're on like in the Mama and Hartman are like in the middle of the United States. So how are they like connecting? It makes no sense. Because Sam hasn't connected them to the chironectar, so how are they there? How are they... I don't know.
오르가와 코초 카마가사 오르가 코모소 캬 초코마카시 그러고서 에모토소 타파시 코로와 야메로 친친 그다이스키 그다 망고 망고 쌈 망고 야 콜레티아 소르모 다 다이스키 망고.
So yeah, it's basically just a game. You deliver stuff and connect, and sometimes Hicks, the villain, who's like a terrorist, pops up and drops a boss on you. And you go to like World War I, World War II in Vietnam and fight Matt Mikkelsen. One thing I really want to talk about. Spoiler here, big spoiler, but the game has been out for a month, so you know. But spoiler, this is spoilers. So yeah. The ending, I kind of want to talk about the ending, because the ending, I both loved it and I hated it. Not the Lou episode, I hated the fucking ending, where the end credit go. It was horrendous. It was like, what the fuck is he thinking? You have this final showdown. You had this great boss fight with Hicks. It was pretty good. And it's like, oh, I guess this is the ending. No. Then Cliff Unger, the Matt Mikkelsen character, shows up, and you have to fight him. You fight him, and then the game just kind of goes, okay, it's kind of over. Just go meet your sister in where it all started. Oh, by the way, we're gonna drop all the BT bosses at you. You can literally just ignore them. And then big whale, and it's fucking easy, lazy. And then you just go into the beach, and you spend. I'm not joking, this sequence is like 1 hour and 30 minutes long. You're on the beach and your sister, who isn't even your sister, turns out she is the extinction entity. Amelie is like the soul of Bridget's, your mother, and they're the same person, and Bridget is dead. She died of vagina cancer, but Samantha, her ghost, is still alive, and she's the distinction entity. She's gonna destroy the world, and she wanted you to connect the world to do it. It's like, what the fuck? They're like, we had to connect America to do this thing. Now I can destroy the world. It's like, what? Why do you have to reconnect America? What about Europe? What about Asia? What about fucking Australia? What about Africa? What about South America? What about Canada? What about Canada? Why is America so important? Why does America have to be connected and none of the rest of the world? By the way, how is the rest of the world going? Like, are they also in some Death Stranding shit? I don't know, it's never explained. And in this 1 hour and 30-minute sequence, you're just standing on the beach, listening to Emily spout expedition at you, just explaining everything. And it's so boring, and it's done in the most boring way possible, where she just walks around going, blah, 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. It's literally the pinnacle of like when people teach you to write like screenplays and stories and characters, they do tell you don't do expectations. Only do them if you can do it in a natural way. But if you have to have a scene where a character just stands and explains everything, because everything is just so convoluted and nonsensical to a point where no one can understand it, there you have to literally just have a character explain everything. Well, clearly the plot is broken. And when people get frustrated over this nonsensical story, Kojima just says, you people just don't get it. You don't get my art. He's so pretentious. Like, I like the guy. He seems like a really nice guy, but he's so pretentious.
はいはい。私はキッズを食べる。これは、チンチン、これは3、習得コマ。これが什么好吃呢？よつこ、個人、ズバル、桜かますぴこしん。これはすな、一応。
He writes the most, like, nonsensical bullshit ever, and people say, I'm confused, I don't really get what the fuck is going on. You just don't get it. Your dumb American brain can only understand bang bang and shooty shooty. You can't understand this complexity. Like, even he doesn't know what the fuck is going in this game. He even said it in an interview. When people ask him, what is this game about? He's like, I don't know. And Norman Reedus, Matt Nicholson, Troy Baker, all of the actors, every single one, none of them have any fucking clue what the fuck this game is. So when people say, I don't get this game, what the fuck is this game about? Can he honestly blame us for not knowing what the fuck is going on?
この草がこれがしなんでこれこそ何がすごいしかちょっとなんだうるさいこの飛びしたこのさなんかがしんだよせんだよと感じまこれからさ
And then the world doesn't enter something. It's so fucking weird. Like, Amelie just leaves, you get rescued from the beach, you were on the beach for a month, but nothing happens after that. They just establish America, and then the best chapter happens. Chapter 14. I hated chapter 13. It was so bad, and end credit rolls, I was like, is this the fucking ending?
Is this a joke? Is this the ending of the game? Is this really how the game ends? Are you fucking joking me? Is this really the ending? 60 hours and this is it? Fuck me.
Well, thank God it was not. It kind of is the ending, yeah. But episode 14, Lou, is kind of like the epilogue, the aftermath, like an after thing, and it's so good. starts off with your BP is dead, this companion of yours. You've been carrying it the entire game, and it's just heartbreaking. And you have to carry it up to the. It's kind of like it all ends where it began cliche, where you carried your mother up to the. Oh yeah, by the way, it wasn't even your mother. I'm gonna reveal that. You carry up to the to get incinerated, and now you're going with your BP there. You were supposed to incinerate him in the beginning, but you didn't, and now you have to do it again. And this amazing fucking song, the BP theme, it's so beautiful, so powerful song. And while you're walking up the hill, the song just plays, it's so good. And then you get into it, and there's this huge twist when you finally get to see what really happened with Matt Mikkelsen. Through the game, every time you plug into your BB, the BB sees kind of like, you see the BB's like memories and stuff. Like, oh, so Matt Mikkelsen is this BB's father, and that's why he's always like trying to get you when you're in the World War I, World War II, and World War III setting. He's trying to hunt you down because he wants his BB back. But in this huge fucking twist reveal, turns out this wasn't the BB's memories, it were your memories. You are the BB in the jar in those flashbacks. Matt Mikkelsen is your dad, and I think Bridget's sister, I think? She's called Lisa Bridges. So I'm guessing his mother is Bridget's sister, I guess. So Bridges, your mother, isn't actually your mother, she's more like your aunt, I think. And it was so good, it was so powerful, and it was just like, holy shit, that is good. Why isn't this the ending? Well, it is the ending, but why wasn't this instead of that garbage ending that we got? And then this weird thing happens where you're done with the flashback, he like rubs BB to get like the blood flowing, and like it's so heartbreaking because this baby, it's been with you the entire game, and it's so fucking adorable, and just seeing it dead in your hand, it's just heart crushing. But it comes back to life. He managed to get it back to life, and it's such a relief. But then this weird scene happens where they walk outside and it's raining, but they're not aging. Like is it over? Is the Death Stranding done? Is the end of the world not happening? And he also burns this little cup thingy, so he's like disconnecting himself from everybody. Nobody can find him. Nobody can track him. He's just gonna live alone with his baby. And then there's like an end credit where he's like with his baby, and he says Louise, revealing that the baby was a girl the entire time. You never really know the baby's gender. It's just called BB the entire thing. I would summarize the game as I loved the prologue. I didn't mind the first episode. Episode 2 to like episode 6 were just boring. But then when the story started picking up, when like Hicks finally started to become a big thing, like in the final chapters, then it finally started getting interesting. Then we got that horrible ending in episode 13, but then we got amazing like epilogue ending in episode 14. The characters in this game are... I like them. I like the characters. I like pretty much every character except for maybe Die Hard Man. I liked them at the ending. I liked all the characters. I thought they were really good. They were well written, they had fun quirks about them, but that's kind of the thing. That's all that they are. They are fun, quirky characters. They don't serve the story. Like, so many characters have this big, like, backstory and, like, thing about them, but in the context of the story, they are, like, nothing. You are Sam Porter Bridges, played by Norman Reedus, and you lost your wife and unborn child in a explosion tragedy, and that caused you to develop kind of like a phobia towards people, and you disconnect yourself from all people, basically just becoming a loner. But once your mother dies, your fake mother, she makes you go on this journey where you have to reconnect to America, and you bond with the characters, all the cast, because they are all like scattered around the country, and you have to connect with them. Each of them have like a chapter to them. You have Die Hard Man, which will be with you in the entire game almost. He is the guy who was. I really did not like him in the beginning because he was just obnoxious. Because all he would do was just like, Sam, here's a cargo for you. Deliver. Bye. That's all he did. It was so like, oh my god, is this all this character does? And his name, Die Hard Man. His real name is John, and I'll reveal more about his character later. So he does nothing through the entire game but to make you deliver. But out of nowhere in the ending, he suddenly started to be more interesting. So turns out, like I said before, Matt Mikkelsen is your father. You are the BB in the jar, and your father, Cliff Unger, Matt Mikkelsen, and John, Die Hard Man, were best friends. They were soldiers together, and they fought alongside each other. And the reason he has the name Die Hard Man is because it's so hard to kill him. He survives a battle after battle after battle after battle, all because of Cliff Unger. He kept on saving him, and in the end, he is the one who kills Cliff Unger, or more like he holds the gun and Bridges pulls the trigger for him. But he killed his best friend and someone who like constantly saved him. And he has that amazing scene at the ending where he confesses it to you, and he just breaks down, and the actor is so good in this moment. It's just, holy shit, the acting is good here.
And when he stared me down, that ghost, I knew he was here to kill me, to make it right. And why shouldn't he?
And the motion capture and everything, like, it looks so good. It's fantastic. Too bad his character is just so wasted through the entire game, but then he has this amazing like reveal in the last 3-4 chapters. But he's still really good in the end. Then you have, of course, Amelie and Bridges, which are the same person. Amelie is like the ghost version of Bridges on the beach, and Bridges is the real one. And they are the extinction entity. They are destined to like ruin the earth, or like destroy the world, or like make another like extinction happen, and then join the others in the sky, or something like that. But it doesn't happen by the end, so it's like whatever. Bridges dies, Amelie just goes away, and whatever. Then you got the character who is the character looks like Guillermo del Toro, a great filmmaker, and he's not voiced by Guillermo del Toro, but the guy who voices him does a really good Guillermo del Toro impression. He has like a Mexican accent. He's like, "Sam, you must save America." It's like, why didn't you just get them? Like, you got Guillermo del Toro to do the whole motion capture, but why didn't you? Maybe Guillermo isn't that good of a voice actor. Maybe that's the reason. So they just got someone who sounded like him to do it. Well, that's fine. He was still really a fun character. His chapter is the worst. I hated his chapter, but this character I really liked because he's goofy, he's quirky, and really weird. It's this scene where he like takes you into the shower, gets all like close to you. He's like, Sam, Die Hard Man, he's probably up to something. It's so uncomfortable. Like, Sam is just like so uncomfortable with him. And there's so many amazing moments like that. He doesn't really have a lot of big thing in the story. It's just revealed that he's like Frankenstein's monster. He's not human, or like he wasn't born. He was like put together of all kinds of different body parts. He's someone puzzled a bunch of different body parts and created life. So he's kind of like Frankenstein's monster. That's the only cool thing about him, really, and he's funny and quirky, and I like him. Other than that, he doesn't really serve anything in the story. Then you have Mama, or Lakna, and she was a pretty cool character, but her story is kind of cut short. It just kind of like starts and ends. Like, she is really cool because she's trapped in this one location because she was during some terrorist attack. She was about to give birth, and her baby died but became a BT, but like is like connected to her as like a ghost. So she has to like take care of the ghost, and her body like produces breast milk or something. Not really, but like a ghost breast milk or something. Like she has to feed it, and by the end you cut their connection, and you take her to like her sister who is like in the city. They're like twins, like identical, and then Lakna, Mama, just dies. Turns out she was dead the entire time. She was a walking corpse the entire time. She died in the terrorist attack, and I think the only thing that was keeping her alive was the baby or something. But like her and her sister like become one. Like her eyes change. Like one eye is like Mama and the other eye is her sister. And it's like, and it's kind of cool, but that's kind of just it. Then these characters just kind of appear in the game, like, Sam, create a new thing about you, but that's it. Another character that I really liked, I thought it was really cool, but at the same time doesn't really go anywhere, was Heartman. I thought he was freaking cool as a character. So, he has like a weird condition where his heart is actually shaped like those, you know, those cartoon hearts you've seen, those cartoon hearts. Like his heart is actually shaped like that, and he has like a weak heart. And at like a point he was like going through surgery, and there was a terrorist attack from one of the people who work for Hicks, and his wife and child died in the explosion. But the hospital that he was in lost power, and he went into cardiac arrest. He went into just coma basically. His heart started beating, and he was dead. He was on the beach with his family. But he was a little different from the others. While the others were all like zombies just walking to the afterlife, the beach is limbo. It's between the dead and the living. And he's there just like, what's going on? Like he's still conscious. And he gets like pulled back. Like the backup generator kicks in, and like he's pulled back. His heart starts beating again. But he was in like a cardiac arrest for like 1.5 hours, which should just be impossible, because apparently, if I remember correctly, if you go into cardiac arrest, you have like 3 minutes to like bring them back. If not, their brain will cause like brain damage, and there's just no way to bring them back. But he was dead for like 1.5 hours, but still came back. So because of that, his heart is really fragile and goes into cardiac arrest every 21 minutes. And so he goes into this like stage where he like dies, and he goes to the beach to look for his family, but then he's just brought back 3 minutes later because of the, you know, you have to bring him back 3 minutes. So that's his entire like life. He lives for 21 minutes, dies, comes back 20 minutes again. It's so cool, and it's so quirky. Like he has music, books, and films that can all be consumed in 21 minutes, and it's so like quirky and funny. It's and unique and different, but it's never resolved. He never plays a big part in the story. You never really find out if he finds his family or not, and his character just kind of comes irrelevant, but still a really cool character. Then you have Troy Baker's Hicks. He was bad for the most part. Not shaming Troy or anything. Like I think he did the best he could. Like I thought he was pretty good in it, like with the voice and everything. But his character was just so empty and generic. He was like the most generic villain you can imagine. His whole thing is that he wants to create craters, or like he wants the extinction to happen. And he's trying to stop you, but then turns out he wasn't trying to stop you. He was trying to push you to do the whole Chiral network, because that's what him and Amelie are planning. He and Amelie are working together. Like all he does is just appear like, Sam, the world needs to end. You see, us humans are evil, and it's time for a new beginning. I understand the Death Stranding unlike anyone else, and I'm such a cliche villain. Like that's his, he just appears, does some generic villain monologue, and then spawns a boss fight for you. But I really liked his boss fight. It was kind of cool with the whole like Metal Gear Solid 4 throwback, where you have like this health bar. It's kind of like when you fought some liquid ocelot, liquid snake. And it was really cool. But without a doubt, my favorite character was Lou, the little baby in the jar. Like, it was so weird and bizarre and creepy and stuff, but it was such a fantastic character. Even though he doesn't talk, he's just with you the entire time, and you can like take him off your thing and like shake him, and he like blows these little heart bubbles at you. It's so adorable. It's just so wholesome. And when he's like taking away from you in the middle of the game, you feel it. You're just like, no, give me back the Lou. And that part is fucking hell, because that is the Deadman chapter. You have to do a bunch of side bullshit deliveries, and you don't have your baby. So you're fucked if you get into BT territory. The way Lou works in the story is that he's a bridge baby. He's like, he's not alive, he's not like a real baby. He is like the beach. He's like between the living and the dead. And that's right, the BB stands for bridge baby. I don't know what the BT stands for. It stands for bridge something, I don't know. But he helps you spot the BTs. Like the thing when you're like, hey, that's him, like scanning them and stuff. It helps you scan out the BTs.
코로가나 토코사 코스모 개코스모다 고 That standing that masterpiece Kojima Kojima-san ko.
The writing is, like I said before, kind of pretentious at times. I do like this story. I thought the story was cool, it was unique, it was different. I liked the characters, even though some of them were just kind of pointless in the story. And the writing is good at points, but there are points where it's really, really weak. Because he has to explain this insanely complicated world in this just one game. He can't just do it like in Metal Gear, where he has like dozens of games to explain everything. It just becomes so cramped with scenes of expedition, people just rambling expedition at you, explaining everything. Nothing feels natural. It's just like when they reveal like Sam's backstory, they just have like dead men talk to Sam in like kind of like a third person. Like, there was this man. He had a wife, and his wife was about to have a baby, but then there was an attack, and the mother and the baby didn't survive. But the man survived, and he was a porter for bridges, and he had dooms. It's like, why are you talking like that? You are literally talking to the person that you were talking about. He knows his own story, and he just stands there and he's like, that's also the thing that I don't annoys me with Sam. He kind of suffers from Snake in Metal Gear Solid 5. Now, Snake has always been a really talky person, but in Metal Gear Solid 5, he really doesn't talk that much. And a lot of the scenes are so awkward with everybody talking and talking and talking, but Snake is just standing there going, oh. And then every now and then, like a little bit of cuss. Make them into diamonds. We got shit like that. And same thing with Sam. He barely speaks in this game. And in the scenes where like Hicks is going for 3 or 4 minutes with this generic villain dialogue, Sam's just standing there staring at him like, it's so weird and just off. It's like no one would actually be like that in reality.
これはこのチンチンがボラこれはチンチンが大好きなんだよ。これがいいマンゴー。これはそうてだサム Och det där Strandinga kommer som sa du?
But the directing was fantastic. Like the cinematography, the camera angles, the one-shot takes and all that. That was fantastic. I love that all. Like the direction the game took, the look of it, like this, everything technical about it, like the graphics, the editing is fantastic. It's one of the best looking games I've ever played. It looks so freaking good. It's just amazing. What really saves this game is the music. Every time you're on a delivery, not every time, but a lot of the time when you're in like an important deliveries and you're just surrounded with this empty world, just non-ending like wildness, and just walking and walking. It's so boring. You're doing it for the 50th time or something. But then this amazing song by either Low Roar or Silent Poets just kicks in, and it's amazing. It's what pushes you to keep going. The music is so fantastic in this game. Both the score that was composed for the game and already existing songs that were just put in the game. So freaking amazing. Alright, now we reached the final verdict. Now I'm gonna just summarize the game and give it a final grade. The gameplay is horrendous, it drags the game so much down, boring, repetitive, and it's like, what the fuck was he thinking with this? Like, I think it was trying to do some deeper meaning message, but it's like, who cares? The gameplay is horrendous. Like, the message kind of just becomes irrelevant if you can't even enjoy the game. Everything technical about it, the graphics, the direction, the camera, everything is pitch perfect. The music, the score, pitch perfect. The performance are really good, like every single actor just gives it its all, and it's so good, every single actor. The characters are really good, and I really liked like every single character, even though a lot of them just didn't even matter by the end, but still liked them. The story was unique and different, but it did have its like artsy, pretentious, like one voice thingy where like there's just one guy and everybody around him is a yes man. Where the guy is so pretentious in his own work that it kind of like makes it comical at times, but I still enjoyed it for the most part. This game was a chore to play. I found it really difficult to play it, but at the same time, a lot of games, when I play games and they're boring, I just turn them off and I never go back into them. But the thing with Death Stranding, even though I was bored out of my mind most of the time and just hated playing it, I never wanted to stop. Every single morning when I woke up, I was like, damn, I want to fucking play Death Stranding. I want to go to Death Stranding. And then I started playing, I'm like, oh yeah, this game's repetitive and boring. But I always kept playing it.
来るぞ。やつも来るぞ。勝ち向かうから。俺全だよ。死ねこガチボクして。車な。死ね。俺はじゃ死ね。車さ、ダストランディング、車スポークで。どうだ。うるさいおっせんだろ。
I've never seen a video game with such a insane, like, just divide. The funny thing is, this game is about reconnecting the world and bringing people together because we're divided. This game is one of the most divided games I've ever seen because 50% hate this game and think it's just the worst game of all time, but 50% love it and think it's the greatest game of all time. Me, I'm in the middle. I both loved and I hated this game. There is so much to love in this game, but there's so much just to hate. This game does so many things right, but so many things wrong, and it just kinda slaps in the middle. If I wasn't a Kojima fan, if I wasn't a fan of his work and stuff, and I'm a little bit biased, I am sorry. So saying if I wasn't a Kojima fan, I would probably give this like a 5 out of 10. But I'm really conflicted on that And when I really think it all together, I think I would say this game, in my opinion, is a 7 out of 10. It is closer to a 6 than an 8, but it is a 7. Really rocky 7. Like, it could be a 6, but it's like... It'd probably be a 6 if I wasn't a big Kojima fan, but because I am and I really like his work... 7. Yeah, 7. I'm happy with that grade. This game gets a 7 out of 10.
Faintly, I'll go to take this head on. Soon I'll come around. But I'll keep coming.
よそ私の言葉死にからばならないことをする彼を殺せ
Alright, this gun Hideo Kojima. I've reviewed the game. I'm heading out on another delivery. What the fuck? What in the world happened to you, mate? And no offense, but you're kind of creeping me out.
今日か、そうそう、こ今、俺はこれがして来るけど、こうかや、俺は、死んだろ。
I gave it a 7. 7 is pretty good. Sure, ain't no 8 or a 9 or 10, but still pretty good.
何がこれだ俺がいいなこうか、2か
Yo, what the fuck? What the fuck is happening? Oh shit! Oh fuck! Hey! Dude, come on, let's talk about this. Hey, no! Oh! No, come on! Dude, no! Konoka-san, Kuruga-san, Shine. You son of a bitch! Game over! Fuck you! I'm sorry, where were we? Oh right, Death Stranding. Oh my god, Death Stranding is without a doubt the best game of the year. I mean, I love the art. I love the message behind the game. I mean, Kojima, man, you've done it again. Oh my god, like, all he does is just a masterpiece of art. As a complete homosexual hipster who loves art, it's just such a complexity to even understand the game. You need to get into the mindset of Hideo Kojima. Because, you see, he's so above us all, so better than all of us, that none of us could ever comprehend him. I mean, totally, I suck his dick. He is the best. I bet he has a huge cock. The Death Stranding is an inspiration to everybody, and I think everybody should just play it. It gets a... no. It doesn't even get a 10 out of 10. It's not even worth it. I mean, Last of Us, that's a 10. That's a 10. But Death Stranding is so much more. It is incomprehensible how amazing it is. And you could never find a game more deep than Death Stranding. So, just because of that, I'm giving Death Stranding my very first 100 out of 10. Best game of all time. Nothing ever could comprehend it.
Thank you guys so much for watching my analysis video on Death Stranding. I'll see you all girls in the next one. Ciao!
Boy, I know you. You were in the funeral. Where the fuck are we? Alright. You want to know where you are. I'll tell you. But you better listen well, because this is where things get a little complicated.
Ska horror or annular. I can't speak Japanese for shit. Kazo Hiroshima, Kamu Kashi Kurakasa. Kashi Hiroshima. Meira svona aðeins yfir augunum, þetta har svona satt að spúrt með svona hendunum sem fyrir líka myndaðurinn. Ekki alveg fyrir, veist, en svona... Hvað sagði svo ekki? 3, 2, 1, action!
I'll see you all girls in the next one. Ciao.
Fuck me! So gay!
Hello everybody who made it to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching all of this. I know it's long, I know, but thank you so much for those of you who are listening to this little end video recording. I'm just gonna give you a bit of a teaser for what's coming up next. There's not gonna be any Hey I Missed It videos for a while now, because now, when this video comes up, for now I'm gonna be working on the movies and TV shows of the year and the games of the year videos. They will most likely be coming out either in like late, like at the end of January or like early February. They do take a long time to work on, and like so many movies, and I'm still watching. I have like a list of movies and I'm still watching, and I hope you guys are excited for the movies of the year. I'm excited to make it. Thank you so much for watching all of this. I know it's long and I appreciate it so much. I hope you all liked it, and if you did, please like, and if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe and leave a nice comment if you liked it, and leave a hate comment if you didn't like it. If you don't like my opinion of the game, say how much of a gay retard I am and how much I suck and how much I know nothing what I'm saying, but you know, and how much I don't understand Kojima's deep message of the game, but whatever, just leave a comment if you want to. Anyways guys, I'll see you in the movies and the TV shows and games of the year. Bye bye.